Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. This is a weekly energy update for the week of April 20th through this Saturday, which is April 26th. There is a lot happening on the heels of last week and this whole month. So, per usual, I'm going to popcorn some things over. This is my intuitive insight and perspective. This is all just for you to come into your own discernment of what feels real and true for you. And whatever doesn't, you can just let go. So we are in a week truly of a return to what feels real and true. And really, it's a passionate return to what feels real and true. So this is like your connection with yourself, aspects of yourself that really feel like your authentic mojo being reignited in a new way. This is also your connection with this planet, nature, and other people in ways that feel true for you. So you may also be returning back to the center within yourself, within your heart, within your being, within your Shen, within your spirit. And that could involve like a total recalibration to what does feel passionately true and real for you. And an example of this is with everything that has been going on in the spiritual space the last month or so, I would say. I know for me personally, I have had to really take a pause on receiving any other intuitive insight from any other guide or mentor to come into my own awareness of what feels true for me. And with everything going on, the only thing that has felt so grounded in truth for me is nature, is my connection with this planet, my connection with my inner nature, and the nature that is my current home, which is planet Earth. That has been a huge pillar of strength for me, pillar of sanity, of what I know feels like truth, what I know feels like divinity. That has just been a huge thing for me personally. And so you may have your own stuff relating to this, but it is a huge week of continuing and really kind of amplifying our passions for what feels true, what feels real, what feels enlivening, and what feels like stable, what feels like something that a relationship that you want to explore, that you feel called and propelled to explore or to deepen or to ignite or to initiate. So it is a reflection, recalibration, release week. It's a week to slow down, get in touch with your heart, prepare for the clarity and intention to emerge through you and with who you desire to connect and co-create with. There is the saying that knowledge is learned, wisdom is remembered. And this is a week of us remembering our inner wisdom, our innate wisdom. And that could involve like different layers and aspects of your intuitive gifts emerging, turning online. It's happening for a lot of people right now, and it will continue to, not just this year, but like in the years coming. So you may be seeing and you may have felt both bold and subtle ways of your higher self, your oversoul, desiring to connect with you and almost becoming a little bit more grounded in your awareness. Time continues to feel like it's speeding up, and we are going leaps and bounds this year. There is a speed and an intensity of these times that I know I don't even need to say, because I think we all feel it in our own ways, but that can bring about layers of anxiety, of lack, scarcity, fear, worry, concern, and resistance. So when we have moments where it feels like our world is destroying the parts of it, the aspects of it that we hold dear, or it's just feeling like everything is destabilizing, that like we have to be able to balance perceived destruction with creation. So what are you devoted to creating? We have to have the creation aspect when we feel like the destabilization, the destruction is happening. We have to have both. If we stay in this like demise, destructive state, we will not end up shifting and changing our world, our individual worlds, our collective world. This is huge. And so this creation could also be in relationship. This could be, what kind of friendships are you creating on this planet? What kind of connection to yourself are you anchoring onto this planet? And what kind of romantic connections are you grounding in? I'm going to get to that in a second because I have that written down as like another theme once again for this week. But I mean, this whole year we are destroying, rebuilding, and transcending our current reality as we know it. And that's going to continue to happen. There are so many fundamental shifts happening in how we understand reality, how we understand reality in our minds, in our bodies, in our hearts. And so this is a week of shifting into what feels real and true for you. And we must create in times of perceived destruction and destabilization. It's crucial. It's crucial. You know, we are in the winds of change. Spring is always a season of change and growth and evolution. And the winds of change have been palpable the last few weeks. And, even in the last 2 days, I'm recording this on April 20th. So the last 2 days, which was yesterday, Saturday, and the day before on Friday, there were protests and people passionately advocating for what feels true and real for them, in Pakistan, in New York, in London. That's huge, like Mars transitioning into Leo energy, passionately, courageously speaking your truth and advocating for the change you wish to see in our collective reality. So, slowing down, being intentional, getting present, treasuring the now moment. This is so that you can hear your own truth. And then from that knowing, taking grounded action towards that truth. And nature and Gaia is always here to ignite that connection. If nothing else feels like something you can grasp as of integrity or of something that feels true and real, like nature will guide you. Your connection to spirit will guide you. So getting back into some sort of practice with spirit, nature, source, the universe, that will also be super beneficial at this time. And we are going to have moments of, how do I maintain my connection to my heart and my humanity with everything happening right now? How do we maintain a connection to heart and humanity and also creation when finances are on people's hearts, minds, bodies, physical environments more than ever before? Safety, security, and stability in the external is going to be illuminated for you where we have you, us, me individually have attachments? And also, how can we, during these times, really drop into intentionality to maintain that profound connection between you and your heart, you and your humanity, and you and your multidimensionality. It's not to negate one or the other, but we are now officially in Taurus season as well. And so much is about returning to the earth, returning to sensuality, returning to the body as the temple. Okay, a couple of other things. So our highest timelines, individually and collectively, are becoming clearer. And it's going to get harder to ignore your own truth. And again, it is this return to recognizing who and what within you and outside of you, who and what feels like home to you. And having the bravery and courage to claim that as something that you desire and something that you desire to connect to and with. And if that's with another, amazing. If that's with yourself, amazing. With all of this, there is a lot of shadow within each of us that's coming up. And the more that you can work with it, the more that you can bring it to light, the more that you can feel more relaxed and feel more held by this planet and also engaged with the present moment. The more that we stay in fear and confusion and projection and judgment and separation, even in the spiritual space where there's a lot of unity consciousness, chitter chatter, how much of that is actually being truly implemented? It's for us individually to discern. And it is an interesting time in the spirituality realms. The astral realm is getting very interesting as of late. And it's been interesting to see where consciousness and enlightenment becomes competitive, and seeing and sensing a sense of competitiveness in the spiritual space that speaks a big game, talks a big game about unconditional love. It's interesting. It's interesting, the ego and narcissism in spirituality. And trust me, I have had to look at this within myself very deeply, very, very deeply. And by no means am I perfect at all. Truly. It's just interesting to witness this within myself and within a space that I've really been in since 2017. So it's going to be interesting to see that moving forward as well. Okay. I love this quote. It's around the year of the snake. It's from Tamsin Lee. She does a lot of Batsi Chinese astrology stuff. And she says, transformation is also about the quiet, steady work of aligning with your true self, which I love. It doesn't have to always look like these big, dynamic, drastic moments. The year of the snake is about constant growth, constant shedding, constant release and rebirth and renewal, and then death. Transformation is also about the quiet, steady work of aligning with your true self. That's what she says. We have a last quarter moon in Aquarius happening tomorrow, Monday, April 21st. This is also going to be interesting. It's part of this lunar cycle where we are releasing and we are, again, passionately returning to what feels real, individually, in community, in romantic union, divine partnership, romantic relationships, union. There could be someone from the past that is going to be emerging. If that is what feels like a passionate return to what feels real and true for both people, don't be surprised if that emerges. It also could be totally someone new coming back in. back in. Back in. um, the last thing that I have notated, which was coming through, is a color for this week. If you feel drawn to work with color frequencies, is turquoise. So feel free to work with that if that feels like something you want to explore. Thank you for listening. And yeah, if this at all was helpful, I would love for you to join my email newsletter list. I have some amazing soulful freebies you can join below. And you also know what to do. Feel free to like and hit subscribe if it really resonated with you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending so much love to you during this week, and big hugs. Until next time.